Sai Ram and welcome back to Perennial Delight Coaching. Let us start our class as usual with three Omkaras. Om, Om, Om. In today's class, we will be dealing with voice. Now let us see what is voice and how is it used. The voice of a verb denotes the relation between the action and the participants associated with it. In simpler terms, it can either be importance given to the action or the doer of the action. We have two kinds of voices, that is active and passive. We have two kinds. Active to passive. Now let us see what is active and passive. The voice in which the subject is given importance is called active. The voice in which the action done is given importance it is called passive. Now let us see through an example. How do we change the voice and when it becomes active and when it becomes passive? For example, I wrote the story. Now this is your active voice, because I is given the importance. Now I is the doer and what is the action? The object is story. I am writing a story. Now when we convert it into passive, the object is given importance. For example, the story. This story was written by me. Now you will see the difference between both the sentence. The first one is I wrote this story. Now when I am changing into passive, this is called as voice. Now the object becomes the subject and the subject becomes the object. This story was written by me. This story, the object becomes the subject. This story was written and I become the second person. This story was written by me. Now let us see the structure of active voice and passive voice. Let us see the structure of sentence. Structure of active voice. Subject plus verb plus object. Now let us see what is the structure of passive voice. Structure of passive voice. It is the object plus verb, that is we will be using the third form. Plus preposition by plus subject. So the structure of active voice is simple. Subject plus verb plus object. Subject plus verb plus object. The structure of passive voice is the object comes first, then the verb which is in third form, and then we add the agent or preposition by plus subject. The subject in the active voice becomes the object in the passive voice. That is the subject and object. The subject is the doer and the object is the receiver. And in passive, the receiver comes first and then the doer. Now let us see how we transform. First, step 1. Identify the doer. Identify the doer and the receiver. Doer is subject and receiver is the object. That is step 1. Now the step 2. In a sentence, first we identify the doer and then the receiver, that is the object. Now in step 2, we interchange the position. Interchange positions. That is the receiver. Receiver comes first. And doer comes last. Now what is step 3? Step 3. We add helping verb. Add a helping verb according to the tense, as per the tense. Now step 4. Add preposition. preposition, that is agent, which is mostly by. Then step 5. We use the third form of verb. Then step 6. Pronouns are changed. Pronouns are changed. In the second form. Now, to change from active to passive, these are the following steps. First step is identify the doer and the receiver, that is subject and the object. In step 2, we interchange the position, that is the object comes first and the subject comes last. In step 3, we add a helping verb as per the tense. In step 4, we add a preposition or agent by. In step 5, we use the third form of the verb. And in step 6, we change the pronoun, that is from the first form we change it to the second form or vice versa. Now I will explain it with an example. I sing a song. Now the step 1 was identifying the subject and the object. I is your subject and song is your object. Now how do we change? Now the song becomes the subject and I becomes the object. That is step 1, this is the object, this is the subject and this is the object. In step 2, song becomes subject and I becomes object. In step 3, add helping verb. In this case, it is. Step 4, preposition. We use the agent preposition, that is by. And in step 5, it becomes the third form, that is past participle. Sing will become sung. And in step 6, change the prepositions. I will become me. So when we change it to passive, it will become a song is sung by me. So step 1 is identify subject and object. Step 2, you change the object to subject and subject to object. Then in step 3, we add the helping verb is. And step 4, we add the agent by. In step 5, sing, that is the verb is changed to third form, that is sing is changed to sung. And in step 6, we change the pronoun, that is the first person is changed to the second person. Now I have written a table. Now let us see the passive verb forms, that is in a tense. When the different kinds of tenses, that is present, past and future, how do we convert an active to passive and what do we use? Now let us see in this form of table. Now first I have written all present and then past and then future. Now let us deal with simple present. Now what is the structure, basic structure of simple present? That is V1 plus S or ES or IES. That is only V1, S or ES or IES. Now उसको passive में कैसे change करेंगे? That is we add is, am और are according to the subject. अगर if it is singular, अगर singular है तो is करेंगे, I है तो am करेंगे, and plural रहेगा तो are, और उसके साथ में थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब यूज होगा. नाउ इन प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस तो एक्टिव में इज, एम, आर प्लस V1 ING. ना उसमें पैसिव फॉर्म में कैसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे? इज, एम, आर अकॉर्डिंग टू द सब्जेक्ट प्लस वी एड द एजेंट बीइंग प्लस द थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. नाउ इन पैसिव वॉइस में आप यहाँ देखेंगे हर इसमें थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब ही यूज होता है. नाउ प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट हैज और हैव प्लस V3. नाउ पैसिव में कैसे कन्वर्ट करेंगे? हैज बीन और हैव बीन. सिंगुलर है तो हैज बीन एंड प्लूरल रहेगा तो हैव बीन एंड थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. इन प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस हैज और हैव प्लस बीन प्लस V1 ING. पैसिव में कोई चेंज नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि एजेंट बीन हम ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट में यूज किए हैं. तो प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस पैसिव में कन्वर्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं. नाउ इन द पास्ट, सिंपल पास्ट में सेकेंड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब यूज होता है और उसको पैसिव में कैसे करेंगे? वॉज या वर प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस was या were. Was is for singular, were is for plural and for V1 plus ING. and उसको पैसिव में कैसे करेंगे? was या were according to the subject plus being plus third form of the verb. now past perfect had plus third form of the verb. now उसको पैसिव में कैसे करेंगे? had plus been plus the third form of the verb. Again past perfect continuous had plus been plus V1 ING. उसको भी हम पैसिव में कन्वर्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं क्योंकि बीन ऑलरेडी हम पास्ट परफेक्ट में यूज किए हैं कन्वर्ट के लिए. सो पास्ट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं पैसिव में. नाउ इन फ्यूचर, सिंपल फ्यूचर में विल या शैल प्लस फर्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. नाउ उसको पैसिव में कैसे करेंगे? विल और शैल प्लस बी plus third form of the verb. now future continuous will or shall plus be plus V1 ING. उसको पैसिव में नहीं कर सकते हैं क्योंकि एजेंट बी has already been used in the simple future. now future perfect will or shall plus have plus the third form of the verb. now उसमें will or shall in passive में will or shall plus have been plus third form of the verb. future perfect continuous will or shall plus have been plus third form. इसमें भी passive में नहीं कर सकते हैं क्योंकि have been we have already used it in future perfect. so ये नोट कर सकते हैं सिर्फ 12 tenses में सिर्फ 8 टेंस को चेंज कर सकते हैं. दैट इज सिंपल प्रेजेंट, प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट, सिंपल पास्ट, पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस, पास्ट परफेक्ट, सिंपल फ्यूचर, फ्यूचर कंटिन्यूअस को चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं, फ्यूचर परफेक्ट को चेंज कर सकते हैं एंड फ्यूचर परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस को चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो इसका मतलब है ऑल कंटिन्यूअस टेंसेस चाहे वो प्रेजेंट हो, पास्ट हो या फ्यूचर हो, उसमें हम पैसिव वॉइस में चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं. दैट इज प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस, प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूअस, past perfect continuous, future continuous and future perfect continuous. So all the continuous tenses we cannot change into passive voice. Now और है modals. modals के साथ कैसे यूज करेंगे, कैसे चेंज करते हैं ये देखेंगे. That is D. सो लॉन्ग हम टेंस में देखे थे, अभी हम मोडल्स के साथ कैसे देखेंगे. मोडल्स क्या क्या होता है? मोडल जो भी है दैट इज कैन, विल, शैल, can, could, would, should, may, might, ought to, ये सब मॉडल्स में आता है. और इसको हम पैसिव में कैसे कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. ये सब मॉडल्स जो मॉडल्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेंटेंस आएगा प्लस उसके साथ में बी आएगा, एजेंट बी आएगा प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आएगा. जो भी मॉडल है उसको सामने लिख के उसके साथ में बी एंड द थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. नाउ नेक्स्ट है इन्फिनेटिव. जब सेंटेंस इन्फिनेटिव में रहेगा उसको हम एक्टिव में कैसे कन्वर्ट करते हैं. इन्फिनेटिव बोलने से 2 प्लस V1. सेंटेंस में जब 2 प्लस V1 आता है दैट सेंटेंस इज कॉल्ड एज इन्फिनेटिव. फाइनाइट और इनफाइनाइट. सो इनफाइनाइट में 2 प्लस V1. सो उसको हम कैसे करेंगे. 2 प्लस B प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. सो मॉडल्स के साथ जो भी मॉडल है उसको लिख के B प्लस थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब आएगा. और इन्फिनेटिव में 2 प्लस V1 उसको हम कैसे चेंज करेंगे. 2 प्लस B प्लस द थर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब. सो दिस टेबल प्लीज गो थ्रू इट एंड मेक अ नोट ऑफ इट और उसको बार बार पढ़ते रहिए. फिर नेक्स्ट कंटिन्यू करती हूँ. Now we will see how we will change the active voice into passive in headlines, notices, and when two objects are there, and imperative sentences when the sentence is in infinitive, and the others. Now in headlines. The workers have completed the suspension bridge. Now how do we make this passive? It will be suspension bridge. The object becomes the subject. Suspension bridge completed. Heavy rains and overflow of Kosi river submerged many areas of Bihar. Now the passive will be Kosi submerged Bihar. Now in notices, how do we change in notices? We accept travelers checks. Now the passive will be travelers checks accepted. we require skilled workers to work in a factory having 3 shifts. Skilled workers required will be the passive form. Now we will see how we change when the voice has 2 objects. For example, when the voice has 2 objects, for example, Mr. Verma teaches us English. Now it has 2 objects, that is English is one object and us is another object. Now how do we change it to passive? First form will be English is taught to us by Mr. Verma. Or we can also write us will change to we. We are taught English by Mr. Verma. When the voice has 2 objects, we can either use one of the objects and change it. Now, passive form in imperative sentences. How do we change it to passive voice in imperative sentence? Now, the structure will be let plus subject plus be plus past participle. This will be the structure of imperative, changing of imperative sentence. Now let us see in an example. Post this letter. This is your active voice. Now how do we change it into passive? Now what is it? Let. Let. This letter is the subject. This letter, add the agent be plus past participle of the verb. So post. So post will be past participle is posted. So the sentence will be let this letter be posted. So in imperative sentences we change it like this. Now if it is a request, how do we change? Please hurry up. Please hurry up. So it is understood you. So you are requested. Since it is please, it is a request. Requested to hurry up. Now, how do you change an infinite sentence? Mohan ran fast to catch the train. So this is an infinite sentence because 2 plus V1. So how do you change it to passive voice? Mohan ran fast for the train to be caught. So when an infinite sentence, the subject, the main verb is not changed. So Mohan ran fast for the train to be caught. Now if a verb is followed by a preposition in active voice, how do we change? We retain the preposition. For example, the children laughed at the beggar. This is your verb and it is followed by a preposition. So this is the active voice. Now how do we change it into passive? We retain the preposition. For example, the beggar was laughed at by the children. The preposition at is retained. Now, so in certain cases, we drop the preposition by. Now let us see what are the cases. He knows the subject. Now in this case, we don't have to add the preposition by. The subject is known to him. We have not added the general agent by. One more thing, the news, one more sentence, the news alarmed him. The news alarmed us. We were alarmed at the news. At the news. So in these cases, we can drop the agent by. Now let us see the use of preposition. What are the changes of the preposition from active to passive? Active, passive. What is the change of pronouns? I is changed to we. We is changed to us. You is changed to you. There's no change. They is changed to them. He is changed to him. And she is changed to her. It retains it. Who is changed to whom. I is changed to we is changed to us, you and you is retained as you, they is changed to them, he is changed to him, she is changed to her, it is retained as it, and who is changed to whom. Now let us see the change of modal from active to passive and negative passive. What are the changes? Now in active, will, if we use will, in passive it will be, that is in positive sentence it will be, and in negative sentence it will be will not be. In the same case, should be, should not be, must be, must not be, can be, cannot be, may be, may not be. So this is your active, this is your positive sentence of passive voice, and this is your negative sentence of passive voice. These are the changes. That is, we will be using the agent be with the modal. Now let us see the structure of the sentence. It will be, the structure will be the modal, plus have will change to, in passive voice, modal plus have been. This is your active and this is your passive. Then with the word modal to, modal plus to, in active it will change to modal plus to plus be in passive. Now let us see with the example. He should have taken medicine. Modal plus have. Now you turn it to passive. What is it? Modal plus have been. So he should have been, medicine should have been taken by him. Now one more sentence. With modal plus to. We ought to respect our parents. Now how do we change it to passive voice? Our parents ought to be respected by us. So our parents, modal plus to plus be, ought to be respected by us. Now let us see in the negative, when the sentence is in negative. Let us see in the negative. Modal plus not plus have. In passive it will change to modal plus not plus have been. In the same case, modal plus not plus to. Modal plus not plus to plus be. Let us see as an example. She may not have cleared the test. So modal plus not have been. So the test may not have been cleared by her. One more example. You ought not to disobey my orders. Now how do we change this sentence? My orders ought not to be disobeyed by you. So you have noted the changes, and in this lesson we have learned the voice. With this I come to the end of the class. See you soon with another new insight. Until then, bye from me.